Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Candy. I've been MIA for a little while, took a little hiatus. I've been working on my book, trying to get that finished for you guys. That should be completed over the next couple of months. It's a tedious process and it's really draining, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. As you can see in the title of the video, what this video is actually going to be about. If you guys haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and comment. Now, I just wanted to talk to you guys about what's been going on with this whole George Floyd thing. And I've been seeing a lot of stuff on social media, and it's just been rubbing me the wrong way. And a lot of it's coming from our Black community. They made a lot of valid points, but some of it is being misconstrued. So anywho, the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the initial video that I saw, which I wish I could unsee. It really scared me because I have Black children that I'm raising, 3 boys and a girl, one of which, you know, is grown. He drives, he works, and I worry for them. You know, that's why I pray so much all the time. You know, I worry that one day they're going to come, you know, in contact with one of these police officers and something terrible is going to happen, no matter if they comply or not. And that's the reason why I pray so much for covering over my children. And I was on Facebook, and my sister had posted, you know, a post, and it basically said, what age were you when you first had a gun pulled on you by the police? And so many people was commenting, and it was really disturbing. You know, most of the comments were under 18, and they were all minorities. And I'm just like, you know, I knew this was still going on. I mean, the only difference now is that it's being filmed. But it's still scary because you can't cover your children every single second, you know, and there's no way to really prepare them for an encounter, you know, with an officer that only wants to hurt you, doesn't have any intentions on upholding the law or anything like that. Because most of these cases that I see and all these hashtags, the minorities were being placed under arrest either for no reason or for something very petty. And the one thing that the cops always say is, oh, you're resisting arrest. You're resisting arrest. He was resisting arrest. But in most cases, they don't even know what they're being arrested for. You know, and I keep seeing these hashtags over and over and over again. So I do understand the outrage from a lot of people. Now, I don't agree with the looting. I don't agree, you know, with the rioting and destroying your own community. By any means, I do not agree with that. But I do understand where that is coming from, because I've saw some peaceful protests and the police are still being violent. So if they want, you know, the civilians to be civil, then the police also needs to be civil, because even in the peaceful protests, they were being bombed, they were being gassed, they were being shot with rubber bullets. A couple people have passed away from being shot with those rubber bullets. I saw a girl that was protesting. She was my son's age. She's like 18 or 19 years old, and her eye was shut, and she had been hit in the head with a rubber bullet, and she had a gash in her head. And it's just like, God, like even in the middle of all of this, the pandemic, all this stuff going on where these cops are being charged, the police is still brutalizing people. I even saw another video of 2 college students, one guy and one girl, were just trying to get home. They were in Atlanta in their car at a stoplight, and the police literally just came, broke out their window, tased them, beat them, broke the guy's arm, slammed them to the ground, like for no reason. And the 2 of the officers were fired, but the other one was put on desk duty. And it's just sad, because it's just like, had we did something like that, we'd be in prison. We go to jail. And you know, when you have to police the police because the police is doing things and the good cops are looking away, that's a problem. Now, in the video that I saw of George Floyd, you know, when they had him pinned down, and that image is going to be seared in my brain forever, you know, he was basically saying, I can't breathe, you know, I can't breathe, please, you know, my stomach hurts. And he was, you know, crying out for his mom, you know, who I recently found out was already deceased. And he just cried out for his mom, even at his age, you know, being, you know, a full-grown black male, still wanting the comfort of his mother because he was scared. You know, me being a mother, that just consumes me, because there's no way to prepare your children for something like that. And I also want to talk to you guys about the statistics of African Americans being targeted by the police. We are 7 times more likely not only to be stopped by the police, but to be murdered by the police. And it's a lot of black women that are not getting enough media coverage, that has been murdered by the police. I mean, women aren't off limits. Children aren't even off limits. I mean, the girl Breonna Taylor, for crying out loud. I read about her case and I was just mortified. And it's sad because the very thing that we're fighting for is being pushed to the back. Even if these cops are arrested, 9 times out of 10, they either get a slap on the wrist with a lighter sentence, or they don't get any jail time at all and they just get away with it. Now, I did read some of the autopsy results from George Floyd's autopsy, and the family did hire their own private person to do their autopsy, and I don't blame them for doing that at all. And in the autopsy report, it said that, which has nothing to do with nothing at all, but it said that George Floyd was a carrier for the COVID-19 virus and that he had healthy lungs. Now, I get why they said that, because it's just to prove that he didn't have any lung problems. So obviously the contributing factor to his death was the officer's knee on his neck. And it also said that he had methamphetamines in his system, which I don't believe, because clearly in the video, you can hear the officer saying that he was on drugs and this is what drugs do to you. And I feel like a lot of the time the media is feeding that narrative to make excuses for the cops that are doing these things. I don't care if he was on methamphetamines or not. I don't care what he was on, which I seriously doubt. That still doesn't justify it. And it doesn't make it any easier for his family. And, you know, I've been seeing a lot of posts about the looting. Now, if you guys watch a lot of those looting videos, it's not just black people looting. As a matter of fact, it's more white people looting. I saw a lot of protests where a couple of minorities were trying to stop them from looting. Everybody is not fighting the same fight. Everybody's not fighting for justice for Floyd and all the other people that was murdered by the police. Some of them just wants an excuse to steal, loot, and burn down buildings. And to be completely honest, I feel like the government, that's what they want. Because they want to feed that narrative that black people are violent. And all of us aren't violent. Just like all white people aren't violent. All white people are not racist. So when I see undercover cops breaking windows to encourage the public to loot, that sends a clear message of what narrative they want to paint for us. So if you guys are a part of that, if you're protesting, don't tear up your own neighborhood, because after all of this is over, you still have to live in that neighborhood. So if you burn down all the stores and destroy the schools and destroy everything, what do you have left? So that's why I said I don't agree with it, but I do understand where that anger is coming from. Because when you peacefully protest, the police still attack you. When you're not peacefully protesting and you're fighting back, you get their attention. This has been going on even before I was even born, before my mother was born. So it's nothing different. And that's a shame, because 2020, we are still going through the same stuff that we went through, 25, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Nothing has changed. And I know all cops are not bad cops. And I've had my own encounter where I came in contact, with someone, a cop that I know for a fact was racist. He freaking pulled me over, didn't give me a ticket, but wanted to body search me over a traffic stop because my child threw a candy wrapper out the window. And it's just like, since when does traffic stops require searches? I'm not on probation or parole, but again, you can't really go at it with these people because the first thing they want to do is try to arrest you on some trumped up charges and say that you're resisting arrest. So one thing that I do when I am pulled over by the police, I say what I need to say. You have your license and registration? Yes, I hand it to them. I only talk when I have to talk because I don't want to give them any reason to hurt me. And it's sad that we have to live like that, but it's the truth. Nobody's off limits. Nobody's off limits in this country, and it's sad. It's disgusting. It makes me sick. Because even after we are long gone, our children are still here, and our children's children is still going to be here. There's people protesting for George Floyd all over the world. I've seen Paris and all these people protesting for him because we all saw that same video. And it was very disturbing. It was sadistic. And it was hard to watch, and I wish that I hadn't watched it, A couple other things, you guys. I feel like we're always having to humanize ourselves. And when I say that, I mean, a lot of times, people look at Black lives and they don't see them as equally of value as every other race, which is why it's so easy to take our life. But at the end of the day, we all bleed red. We are all going to be judged by God in the same way. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter. And for us to have to fight just to be human, to be looked at as a decent human being, is terrible. We all come from the same thing. We're the human race. We are all descendants of Adam and Eve. I don't care if you're mixed, if you're Black, if you're Chinese, whatever. It doesn't matter. But we're constantly having to defend our humanity, our human race. And a lot of people don't see a problem in that. And they're a part of the problem. I've been seeing a lot of not only Black people, I've been seeing a lot of other people post like, oh, well, Black people has to stop killing Black people. I get that theory. I do. I understand that. And I fully agree. But when you think about an officer who murders somebody on camera, and this has been going on for quite some time, that's a little different. Their job is to protect and serve. Protect and serve all races. That doesn't exclude Black people. That doesn't exclude Hispanics. Our tax dollar pays them to protect us and serve us. So when you have an officer that is targeting a race, that's a problem. That has nothing to do with Black on Black crime, because there's white on white crime too. And a lot of these people that's being murdered has never murdered anybody. So you cannot punish the Black community for a couple of bad apples. That's not fair. These people that are being murdered aren't murderers. They haven't killed anybody. They haven't hurt anyone. So when people say that, it irritates me because it's feeding that same narrative that Black people, because they're killing each other, they're somehow not valued. But you can't judge the whole Black human race off of some bad apples that want to go and kill each other. These children are innocent. These Black women are innocent. These Black men are innocent. We should have that same protection. We should be treated equally. And it just irritates me so bad when I hear people say that. It sounds so ignorant. And yes, all lives does matter. You're right. But all lives are not being murdered in the street like animals. That's what a lot of people is failing to realize. When somebody posts Black Lives Matter, or they're posting Black Lives Matter, and another person comes behind them and say all lives matter, that doesn't mean that all lives don't matter. That just means that the lives that are being snuffed out is the ones that need the attention right now. I don't understand, why people say these things. It's really insensitive. If you guys have any questions or would like to do a live Q&A to talk about these issues, let me know. Leave it in my comment section below. You guys stay safe out there. At the end of the day, we are still in the middle of a pandemic, which is also raising another issue for me, because all the protesters still are not, there's no way to really social distance and all that stuff. And then you're this close, and the officers and spitting and just all kinds of stuff. Stay safe. If you're going to protest, stay safe as you can. And I mean that, you guys, because people are losing their lives out here. And like I said before, there are a lot of bad cops, but there are still some good cops out there. And I hope that they stand up and do the right thing so that this nonsense can stop. And I pray for everyone's safety, that they do not contract this virus. But a lot of people don't care about the virus because they're tired. They're tired of seeing this. I'm tired of seeing this. I'm sick of seeing these types of videos. Oh, and another thing, you guys, before I go. Sorry, guys, I'm eating something. I've been seeing a lot of videos of white people calling the cops on African Americans for no reason, just making stuff up because they know inside their head that the police are killing us. And I saw a few videos like that where they specifically call the police and say, oh, this black person is trying to attack me, or this black person, one guy, the woman stopped him from moving into his apartment. It's just ridiculous. Another guy was in the park and she lied and called the cops and said that he's trying to hurt me and my dog. It's stuff like that that lets you know, that confirms what I'm saying in this video and what everybody else has been saying, that black people are targeted by the police. Because why would they have that in their mind? I know if I call the police, something terrible is going to happen to this black person. That's a problem. And these people need to be prosecuted for doing that. Don't just give them a little Facebook, social media name to shame them. No, they need to be prosecuted. Because it's dangerous enough being black in America. They need to be prosecuted. They're wasting the police officers' time. They're lying. They're fabricating things. That has to stop. It's disgusting. I mean, geez, it's hard enough just living here in America and being black, but targeted by the police. Now you're targeted by regular civilians. This stuff needs to stop. If you guys would like to do a live Q&A or see any more of these videos, let me know. Leave it in my comment section below. You guys, please stay safe. If you haven't already, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will be uploading more videos. Like I said, I've been very busy doing this book, and then I was homeschooling the kids because of this pandemic. So I've been really, really busy. I am waiting on a couple orders to come in. I'm going to be doing some try-on haul videos for you guys. And I'll go over some of my issues with some of these vendors. We'll be doing a whole lot of videos, you guys. I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. Until next time. Bye.